Hi there, I'm Courtney from Encounter Youth, and we're really excited to be partnering with the Department for Education to support the Year 12s of 2020 with our initiative, You Got This. Today, I have the privilege of speaking to the Minister for Education, the Honourable John Gardener. Welcome, Minister.
Thank you. We're excited to be partnering with Encounter Youth.
So, Minister, tell me, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be all sorts of things when I grew up. For a while I wanted to be a marine biologist. I liked the idea of working with animals and on the sea. I thought being in the Navy might be fun for a while. By the time I was in Year 12, I'd narrowed it down to thinking maybe being a journalist or possibly a lawyer or possibly an academic or possibly I still thought maybe I had the idea that I could find some way of being travelling. So I've settled on travel journalist being my ideal job in life. I didn't get the marks to get into journalism and I didn't have the money to travel willy-nilly as much as I wanted. But that was the idea that I had in Year 12. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in Year 12. I wasn't sure what the options were at the time. I knew I had a lot to learn.
Did you think that your life would have turned out like this in Year 12?
I wasn't sure. At the end of Year 12, I'll be honest, I didn't get the marks that I was hoping to get. So I didn't get into my first choice course at uni. I got into a Bachelor of Arts at Adelaide University, and that has a whole world of different opportunities that it provides as well, and that's certainly something that I appreciated.
What was your best memory of Year 12?
I played the classical guitar in a music performance subject, and any music performance subject is really hard. So when I actually did one of my performances and I didn't stuff anything up and people clapped, that was really exciting for me, and that was a really fond memory. Certainly a better memory than the other performances that I did that didn't go quite so well. I remember one of these performances, my hand was shaking so much I couldn't actually get this. It took about 2 minutes for me to get the first bar out correctly. It was awful. But you know what? You start going again. You start it with nerves, and then you apply yourself and you get through it, and people respect that. And I think it was the next time I went up on stage that I managed to get through my performance, pretty solidly from start to finish. That it was, that first one where I really struggled was probably what led me to having the calm. The next time it was okay.
What pressures did you face in Year 12 and how did you deal with them?
I found study didn't necessarily come naturally to me. I was a big procrastinator. I remember thinking, okay, well, I'll do that. I'll just finish this chapter in the book first, or I'll just finish this level in the video game first. And all of a sudden it would be like midnight. And I think, okay, now I've got to do my work, but I'm really tired and I don't want to go to school tomorrow feeling tired, so maybe I should just go to bed. That doesn't lead to great outcomes, as it turns out. The subjects I did best in were the ones where I managed to actually get the work done that was assigned. It seems so straightforward and easy, but actually doing the tasks that are assigned, setting yourself rewards that, rather than doing the thing you want to do before you do the study or the research or the homework, saying that you can do that afterwards, so that on the weekend you can spend a bit more time socialising or doing the things you want to do on the weekend, because during the week you got all the jobs done, so you're not up at Sunday night, trying to get an essay finished that's due in at the first thing on Monday morning.
Yeah, great advice. And I think what you were saying with the reward, the things that you're planning on doing beforehand, if you do them afterwards, that can be your reward. How has that helped you to face the pressures that you now face?
I'm in a job now where there is a constant stream of things coming in. So I have a rule that I set for myself that if something shouldn't sit on my desk for more than 24 hours, unless there's a particular reason for it to sit on my desk for 24 hours. For anyone watching this video, just one of your tasks, get it done early, see how that feels, and then think about doing that for your other tasks too.
Yeah. If you could go back today, knowing what you know now, and give yourself a piece of advice in Year 12, what would it be?
I think if I was going to give one piece of advice to the Year 12 students who might be watching this, rather than telling them what to do, I'd encourage them to listen to some of the people who they respect in their lives. Listen to the advice that's coming for them, and that advice will be relevant to that student because it'll be from somebody they know, and it'll be in their best interests. It'll be from people who care about their futures.
Year 12s are often told that this is the most important year of their life. What would you say about that statement?
I don't quite agree with it. Year 12 is amazing for the opportunities that it gives you, but I didn't have a fantastic outcome in my results in Year 12, and what it showed in my example is that I was able to pick myself up after some disappointing results, and I applied myself to the next thing. And I didn't necessarily always get the results I wanted at uni too, but then I explored new things, I found my passions, and when I applied myself to the things I was passionate about and I focused on them, I started succeeding in those things. Every opportunity through class and through your engagements at school, take those opportunities to learn things, whether they're in the curriculum or without.
There's been an increase in stress and anxiety for the Year 12s, with COVID-19 being added to that as well. They're worried about their future prospects and the lasting effects of COVID-19. What would you say to them to encourage them?
This has been a challenging year for people right around the world. So everybody's in it together. And all of our Year 12s in South Australia have naturally got the anxieties of Year 12 combined with the anxiety that everyone in the community has of being in a pandemic. While the anxiety is natural, they've got less reason for concern than pretty much any other Year 12s around the world, let alone around Australia, around the world. So take some heart from that. Take heart from the fact that the South Australian economy is less damaged. There'll be new industries and new technologies that will be driving further jobs growth in South Australia in defence and space and agriculture technology. These are some of the most exciting technological advances happening, and they're happening right here in South Australia. And I think that that will continue to be the case. There are a world of opportunities that have for apprentices and trainees, where we've got growing numbers of demand in some of those skilled trades. It's an exciting time in certain industries in South Australia. It's a challenging time for everyone, but there still are some terrific opportunities, and I think really growing opportunities in a lot of fields. So I encourage all of our Year 12s to be optimistic and look for those opportunities. My name's John Gardener. I'm the Minister for Education in South Australia. To all of our Year 12s, you've got this.